G'day guys, Matt from MoTackle Outdoors here, just chasing a few mackerel off Coffs Harbour. I'll demonstrate how I like to target them. To start off with, we're going to chase them with live bait, so obviously you have to go and jig your live bait first. Mark your bait ball on your sounder there, drop your bait jig down, jig up your bait, put them in your live bait tank. With the bait jig, just because it's a small boat, to make things a little bit more easier, I've got a PVC tube there that I slide the bait jig into, keeps all your gear out of the road, and you just tie your bait jig on and it's ready to rumble. So it's just a reef off a bit of sand ground, coming up to a bit of rubble and reef, and all your mackerel like to hang around that, feeding on the bait schools. You've got the live bait rigged up on a single hook through the nose and a treble through the back. That just allows a 2-hook rig so that if your mackerel comes through and snips off the tail, you've still got a chance of a hook up. You'll feed your live bait out, and all you're basically doing, you're trying to keep the bait as natural as you can in the water while covering ground. So just click your motor in and out of gear, and that'll allow your bait to swim freely when it needs to, and also you'll cover ground at the same time. So I like to, on my rigs, I'll run sort of a foot or so of single strand at the start, tie a swivel to one end and your single hook to the other. You then get another second piece of single strand about 15 centimetres long or so, and you'll tie that from the single hook as well to the back end where your treble is. And to make life easier, if you can tie all your rigs at home beforehand. So at the moment today we're running the Penn Slammer 3s matched up with the Penn Regiment rods, and a bit of 30-pound or 40-pound braid as matched up with some 40-pound leader. One's a 4500 slammer and the other one's a 5500 slammer, just so that you can hold a bit of line capacity. The rods, on one combo we've got a 7'6" heavy, and that just allows a little bit of length as well as a softer tip, so that if your mackerel is to run, as we're running braid, it'll give it that little bit of bounce and a bit of a shock absorber. On the other one we're running a 6'6", and there's a fish there. And there's your mackerel, just like that. And there's a nice little Coffs Coast spotted mackerel. So guys, this is a prime example of why you use wire. Those teeth there will cut through any of your mono, no drums at all. You won't even hear the ratchet tick. We're fishing a shallow inshore reef here. It's only about 25 metres. All you want to do is work the outside of that reef. You can either work around in a big circle, or the other option is, depending on where the bait is, you can cross over and zigzag back and forth to cover the amount of ground. I like to have my baits probably 40 metres or so away from the boat. Try and have one a little bit shorter than the other. That way, just when you turn, they won't cross over one another. One will run under the other line. Yeah, you're on. Oh. It's the drawback sometimes of running shorter wire. Big mackerel will come up and swallow the whole bait and take everything. Give those ideas a go, guys, and hopefully you too can end up with a nice spotted mackerel like this.